Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Waverley Basketball Stadium. Again, just reminding you that the game is being live streamed on www.mindittv.net/WBA. The URL is on the back of your programs. And welcome to you live on Falcons TV here at the Waverley Basketball Stadium, the Falcons Nest. And we're bringing you a big double-header today. This time it's the Waverley Falcons State Championship women's team up against the Hume City Broncos. And it's a case of first versus fourth. The Broncos sitting on top of the ladder with a huge buffer over everyone else. They're on a 93.33% win ratio. Falcons down on 75%. But for the Falcons, it's going to be a huge ask today, as the Falcons have been decimated by injury and unavailability. So out today is Adriana Can and Talia Higgs. And of course, Carly Metchevich is over in China with the World University Games. Tegan Cunningham out for the rest of the season with a knee surgery, and Caitlin Cunningham unavailable for the game. So it'll be interesting to see how the young girls can actually fare against the experience and the might of the Katrina Hibbert-led Broncos. Although it looks today that it's Warren Taylor taking over the reins. So Katrina doesn't appear to be there. But we're ready to go. 7 seconds. The refs will call the players in. And we're away. And the first possession to Waverley through Maxine Allen. Lauren Bennett, 2-point attempt doesn't go. Kate Bluser takes it out of court. And it's 2 points to the Broncos. And Colleen Polenta is on the board. Maxine Allen kicks it into Lauren Bennett. Lauren over to Bluser. Over to Waite. Turnover there to the Hume City Broncos, and Gallagher muscles away to the basket but can't get it to drop. Bennett with the rebound. It's through hands into Allen. She'll look for options, gets it in Bennett at the top of the key, out to Waite, into Dickinson under the basket. Dickinson looked like a foul there but didn't get called. Blues' pass to Dickinson was not good, but 3 points to Allen. So in the first minute and a half, honours pretty much even. Two points back into Zammit. Wait, kicking it round is found with Allen again. Allen's 3-point attempt, no good. And foul under the basket. This time the foul is on Sard. And it's called on Maxine Allen picks up the two points there. So Sard at the line. Gets a first. Makes a second. And there's a question there on the score, and it was a sub, but it's been waved away by the coach as Bennett brings the ball down, guarded by Sard. She drives and goes all the way herself, but is fouled under the basket by Planeta. So, one team foul for each team, as Bennett misses her first. And with me, I've got the ex-coach of Hume City and of Waverley, Matt. G'day, Matt. How are you going?
Good. It's good to be here.
So, as I was saying at the beginning of the game, the Falcons decimated by injury and unavailability. It looks as if it's going to be a bit of a struggle for these girls today.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge, that's for sure. Down your main scorers for the season. It definitely leaves a big question mark on whether the rest of the team can step up here.
And Sard just nails a three. So very quickly, the Broncos out to a 5-point lead. As Bennett drops two and draws the foul.
I think that's what Waverley need to do, is be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, and Lauren's going to have to be the one that really steps up this game. She's the one with the experience.
Yeah, I guess she'd have more games to be experienced than the rest of the team put together.
Good D there from Wade as she kicks, as it forces the ball out of court.
You've got to be very careful of those cross-court passes.
Yeah, I don't like to see that at just about any level.
No,
it's
skip passes like that against Hume, not going to work.
As Allen drives, she gets it back to Blueser. Blueser over the corner to Bennett. Bennett's three-point attempt, in and out. Rebounded by Waite. Back to Bennett. Bennett looks for options. She has Blueser on the outside. Blueser's three-point attempt, in and out, but she's been fouled in the shot, so she'll go to the line for three. That was on Zamet's first. So Blueser gets it back to a 1-point game. This to tie. Misses that. Rebounded by Sard. Sard into right. Here comes Allen after that rebound from Dickinson. Blueser drives, kicks, looking for Allen on the kick, but a wild pass there. And this is going to be the issue that Hume put so much pressure on the players that...
yeah, on that drive she needed a head up where she could actually see where she was going to pass the ball. Needed to know her option beforehand.
3-point from right is good. Allen misses the shot. Rebounded by Zammit. Gets it back down very quickly down the other end. But Allen, a great effort there to get the hand in and get the intercept. Sorry, that was Waite. Dickinson back out to Bennett. And a foul, this time on Blueser, coming into play, help defense on that drive.
I think they called it on Taylor.
Okay, they called it on Taylor. Surprise. Gallagher with her second. Score's gone out to 13 points. And here comes Hume again, right. She's been playing for Hume for about 5 years now, hasn't she?
Yeah. She was a junior with Melbourne, then went to Hume probably around about 4 to 5 years ago.
So Marley Hayes picks up a first. The baskets count. Gallagher at the line. And she makes it. Subs coming in. Waite sitting down and Walton on. So this is basically a youth league squad for the Falcons. So Allen played very well last night, Allen, in the Victorian champ women's team who got up over Eltham in somewhat of an upset.
Yeah, she controlled the ball well that game.
The other person that played well was Blueser. 3 points to Shelby Walton. So it's a 5-point game. Falcons not going away at this stage. And there's the foul, this time on Lauren Bennett.
It's a big ask for Waverley today to defend the paint.
Absolutely. And this is where it's going to hurt them. Oh, nearly a very good effort there. Allen's got Walton on the outside. She goes the other way, gets it to the opposite wing. Ball reversal, sees the ball turning over and going with the Hume City Broncos. It's out with Gallagher. Inside to Planeta. Marley Hayes with the rebound, and it's back now down to Allen. And out to Walton again. Misses that one. Allen with the rebound. Kicks it out to Hayes. Hayes back out to Bennett. They're slowing it down. Bennett drives and is fouled.
I feel Waverley aren't moving enough at the moment on the perimeter. They're generally standing still.
Yeah, they have a tendency to do that. If they can't get the ball down quickly, they tend to just simply get a bit static in their offense, particularly without Cunningham and Mitrovic in the squad.
Just feel they need to step out of their comfort zone against this team a little bit and look for a little bit more teamwork on the perimeter and a lot more dribble penetration.
Yeah, Ilias has obviously asked them to, once they get the ball, to run it as hard as they possibly can down the floor and hopefully get some sort of quick score. But again, you know, Hume is quick.
Oh, Hume are a great team, there's no doubt about it, and you've got some really defensively minded players there. So they've really just got to, they've got to pick their moment when they go hard, and when they don't go hard, actually use a set to find that good shot.
Yeah, so Warren Taylor giving the girls their instructions. At the other end, Elias Palianis, just last minute instructions to his point guard and Shelby Walton. And it'll be Bennett for two. She gets the first. And the second rolls in. Ball back to the Broncos. Bennett now this time picks it up and brings it down for the Falcons. She kicks it across to Walton. Through hands to Allen. Allen's driving in traffic. Gets it to Hayes. That was probably more of what you wanted there, Matt, but didn't come off for them, unfortunately. And at the other end, Planeta rolls it in for two. So Walton bring the ball down. Hume in his own. Walton just loses the handle on the ball there as she came off the screen. Gets it to Allen. Allen's shot in and out. It's back to Bennett. And Bennett has drawn the foul again, which is the 5th team foul on Hume. So the Falcons now in the bonus.
And starting off the Falcons, we have Kayla Miller replacing
And the captain of the Youth League team, Kayla Miller, coming on for her first run. Bennett scores the 2. Through hands, Zammit. Across to Scott. Scott's 3-point attempt, nothing but net.
And that's 3 points for Jacinta Scott.
And now with a decided height advantage, this is the sort of thing that Hume will try and do, is stretch the floor, stretch the smaller players.
And it's for Waverley lead baseline.
If Waverley going to stay in that zone, they have got to get out to the perimeter.
And the foul. This time it'll be on Walton. No, they've called it on Hayes. So both teams in the bonus now.
Subbing on, we have Katie Bluser and Taylor Dickinson.
And back into the game comes Bluser and Dickinson. Yeah, I think I'd be not trying to go back into a 2-1-2 zone or 2-3 zone against these guys. Maybe a 3-2.
Yeah,
Just and use the mobility of the smaller players to push the ball out. Just get a bit more coverage there on the block when Planeta goes into the key.
ideally, I'd be wanting to try and play the man, but they'd need great help defence.
And there's Dickinson with the rebound. Couldn't get the shot off, and Bluser ties it up in a contest with Planeta. And that's the quarter. And we'll leave you there for the next 30 or so seconds, and we'll be back shortly. So we're back online.
Some interesting results in the last day or so. State champ women.
Yeah, you might want to just run us through those while we.
Yeah, McKinnon went down to Diamond Valley. Probably McKinnon suffering a few injuries at the moment, but still, probably you would have said that it was a little bit of an upset earlier in the year.
Yeah, they've really perhaps not played to what everyone thought their potential was, McKinnon.
Yeah, that's for sure. You expected more out of McKinnon this year.
Although they did have quite a change of lineup there as well. A lot of and one of the great things about that particular previous squad, and of course you originally coached a lot of them at Hume, was the fact that they'd been together for so long and they knew each other so well.
Yeah. Bulleen had a rather large win last night against Sherbrooke. Very expected, I guess, but.
And that's not good news for the Falcons, because they're actually in a playoff race with Bulleen.
Yeah.
So top 5 at the moment are Hume, Ringwood, Southern Penn, Waverley and Bulleen. McKinnon having dropped out, they're now 4 games behind.
Yeah,
5 games behind.
Pretty much think the top 5 is now settled. It's just the order within the 5. And I believe Bulleen also need to play Hume at some point before the end of the season.
Yeah, but it also makes a difference as to who matches up on whom in the first round of the finals as well. So, and the last thing that Waverley wants is to come up against Southern Penn. Interestingly, Southern Penn having the psychological battle.
Yeah.
There.
But I guess Southern Penn will have the edge on them now, and unless they drop one, and I can't see that really happening with who they're playing the rest of the season.
And Hume just coming out and applying the pressure on the Falcons at the moment. 26-15. Kate Blueser picks up a foul.
And subbing on, we have Shelby Walton. And that's Blueser's first.
Over in China, at the World University Games, the Australian boys team got a win. And we've been waiting to see how Carly Mitrovic and the girls team go, but I haven't seen any results come through on that yet. Have you seen?
No, I haven't. Hopefully they do pretty well.
Subbing on for the Falcons, we have Elise Waite.
So
It's time for Falcons to step up here, I think. Otherwise this game could get away from them.
I think it's looking as if it's going to be that way already. They have to somehow get a couple of stops, and they're not going to do it.
Not without carrying the hand, you won't.
Unless they're a lot harder in defence. Blueser, 3-point attempt, no good. And this time the foul is on Kate Blueser. Bit unlucky there. Both players in the contest for the ball, but Viv Sard got there first, and so therefore is the beneficiary of that, as 2 points goes down, and that was McMahon. And there's been a foul behind play there. Kate Blueser has picked up another one. That's a third. So she will have to sit down.
Subbing on for the Hume City Broncos at 42, we have Planetta.
Planetta back onto the court as Romeo sits down. Collision between 3 players there, sees the ball go out off the Falcons, and Allen gets up gingerly. So Hume City gets the ball again. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Good rebound there by Bennett. She gets it to Allen. Allen drives. And the ball is taken out of court off right. So it'll be a Falcons ball, end ball. Walton drives, can't get it up.
And a foul has been called.
And the foul this time on Waite.
Called on Taylor Dickinson.
No, on Dickinson.
That'll be her second
Dickinson,
personal.
second personal on Taylor. So Falcons in a lot of trouble in the foul count. They have one to give away. As Sard goes to line, and this time it's been adjudged a charge.
On Vivian Syed.
I think she would be feeling a bit aggrieved about that.
Although Max did sort of make good position.
Bennett can't get it to drop. Right, picks it up. It's gone out of court, and Wright sees it out for a Broncos ball. Right, three-point attempt, in and out. Rebounded by Walton. Walton gets past the roof. Allen, three-point attempt is good. And there's been a call on that.
And we have a bit of a
Just checking for blood, I believe.
blood issue here on the court.
So
And a substitution
blood issue.
has been called for the Falcons.
Marley Hayes coming in.
We have Marley Hayes.
Great basket there. Completely off balance. It was almost an Ivan Paletnik one. Lauren Bennett can't get it to go. Hayes with the rebound. Gets it out to Allen. Allen's three-point attempt over the top, but rebounded by Bennett. She'll turn the corner, go herself, and she's drawn the foul. This time on McMahon. Only the second for the
And subbing on for the Broncos at 10.
second for the Broncos. And I thought that the Falcons were up to 5 fouls on that last foul, but the scoreboard has only got them at 4. So
Well, this could keep Waverley in it if they can keep driving and keep making the baskets from the foul line.
we'll adjust our scores to what the official scoreboard is showing. Yeah, they have to do better than that, though. Good awareness there from Bennett as she put enough pressure on the ball, but got back to her player.
Really need better boxing out by the Falcons.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, that players focus on rebounds rather than boxing out, not realising that when they do that...
It's an effort stat.
Yeah.
It's 90% effort.
So it's a timeout there to the Falcons. It's a 12-point game. Court announcer saying it's anybody's game. Well, no, I don't know that I would actually go that far. I think it's probably Hume's to lose.
Yeah, it's interesting that Hume are missing their coach today too.
Yeah.
Got a fill-in coach. Trina's away at under 16 national.
Oh, is that where she is?
Yeah.
Down in Tasmania?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that should be good. So that's in Launceston, I think?
Yes.
Launceston, yeah. Not being streamed. So there you go, Basketball Australia. Next time you run nationals, you could employ Falcons TV. We'll all quite happily take the junket and stream for you. Meantime, we're here along with Warren Taylor and his team, enjoying the luxury of the Falcons Nest as Alan drives hard.
Oh, you've got to say that was close to a foul.
Yeah. The contact on the ball seemed to be clean,
Yeah,
but the
body,
continuation.
the body was all over it. Melissa might have missed one there.
But maybe that was the make-up from the refs. Not that we would suggest that ever.
Never.
Ever.
It's always a maybe. Of course, they had the better angle.
They did indeed. Well, we've just got 3 cameras. Alan gets the second. Shot up and out. Bennett with the rebound. She's double teamed, gets it to Wade. Sorry, that was Hayes. Back to Hayes. Into Dickinson. Dickinson finally gets it to drop. And really, that's something else that they should be doing a lot more, is getting Dickinson in low.
Oh, great steal. Great steal.
As Allen drives, misses the shot. Bennett with the rebound. She looked to have been fouled there as well. Gets the ball away from Lalofi. Walton. Floater too big. And now it's a trace down the other end of the court.
Lanes get it.
And Hayes is fouled as she goes for the rebound. So Lalofi with the foul. Interesting place to throw it in there. The foul was under the basket, but it was handed in at the coach's line. And this time there's a charge. And this time on Allen. That is the 5th foul for the Falcons now. Allen's second personal.
Ooh. Close to a travel.
.34 plays 23. Falcons really struggling to get to the basket and score as Allen overshoots that. And Marley Hayes again has fouled. This time it's a push. And Hayes will go to the line here. You had a bit to do with Hayes, didn't you, when you were here?
Not Hayes, no.
She was in the youth squad at the time. So 25 plays 34. Miller back on the court as well. Walton with the steal. She gets it into Miller. Miller can't get it to drop, but she's got the rebound. Into Dickinson. Dickinson has got to push it up a little bit higher. She's tending to do that against some of the bigger girls, just not firm enough as it leaves her hand. And Planetta with the rebound and put back.
Can't try and out-jump Planetta. Got to box her out. Ooh, well off.
Poor shot and poor selection there from the Falcons. And the foul.
Wow.
Michaela Miller fouling as she tried to box out.
Well, that just shows you get rewarded for boxing out.
So Scott will go to the line.
Walton denies Hume pass, and a timeout has been called.
So this time a timeout to the Hume City Broncos. We'll be back shortly. So with 43 seconds to go, Miller with the rebound, gets it back to Hayes. Intercepted there by Sard. Gallagher back to Zammit.
That hurts.
It certainly does. And that's the end of the first half as Hume goes to the break 41-25, and we'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes. Hey, welcome back for the second half of this game between the Hume City Broncos and the Waverley Falcons. With the news that the Broncos are up 41-25 over a fairly thin Falcons team today. They've lost a number of players due to injury and unavailability. Of course, Carly Mitrovic over in China at this moment with the Australian team, Australian under-23 team at the World University Games. Tegan Cunningham injured, along with Adriana Khan and Talia Higgs, and Caitlin Cunningham not available this week. So, Matt, an uphill battle at this stage for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's good to see Maxine Allen and Lauren Bennett stepping up a little bit. Interesting that Lauren's 10 points, 8 have come from the foul line so far, so her penetration's starting to pay off.
So the game restarts. And the Falcons retain possession. Blueser can't get the shot to drop. Dickinson lucky not to get a foul as she reached over the top there of the taller players. And almost a great reverse layup there from Gallagher. Here's Blueser. She drives, can't get anywhere. She's got Maxine Allen on the top, but elects to go through hands. It's across to Bennett. Back into Dickinson. Poor decision.
Never going to come enough.
And poor pass.
Good read by Sarah Wright, though.
Yeah. And in and out. Planeta couldn't control the rebound. Bennett picked it up. It's now with Blueser. Walton hands off to Allen. Allen thought about it, but back out to Bennett. And Bennett 3 points. I think they've just called that a 2. No, 3. Scoreboard was slow to get the final digit up. And Gallagher returns the favour.
Another example of not carrying a hand. All juniors out there, learn to carry a hand to all shooters.
Walton. Across to Bennett. Bennett drives against Gallagher. She turns, gets it into Dickinson. Good pass, but Dickinson not able to hold on to it. That's the Dickinson, of course, over in the States at Pennsylvania U. Penn State, sorry, yeah. But not on a basketball scholarship.
And again, another easy shot gotten away by Hume.
So Dickinson really only playing a bit of scrimmage basketball over in the States, and coming back here in between terms and picking it up. Gemma Wright can't. Sorry, Sarah Wright. What's Gemma doing at the moment?
She's playing the youth league side.
Okay. Planeta, 2 points. Way too easy there from the for the Hume. Allen trying to kick the ball out to Bennett, has it knocked out of court by Gallagher. Allen to Walton. Walton trying to get the ball into Dickinson. And Blueser is fouled. That'll be her fourth.
Yeah, can't see her staying in the game right now.
No, she's out. Marley Hayes back in. She gets the second. So 49-9 plays 28. 6:30 to go in this third quarter. And this could blow out to very ugly proportions very quickly.
Yeah, they've got to tighten up this defensive effort right now.
Panetta with a rebound. Kicks it out. Panetta again with a shot. Doesn't go, but Dickinson this time with the rebound. At the top of the key, gets it to Allen. Allen drives with Bennett. Bennett now drives. And she's finally been fouled. So Gallagher comes on, and Miller replaces Walton on the court. Well, it gives them a little bit more defensive capability here. Bennett, great move, great move.
Assist. Great vision there by Max.
So Falcons up to 30 points. Just slowing down the Broncos. Allen with the rebound. He's double teamed. Poor pass. Picked off by the Broncos. And Sard too deep. Couldn't get the layup. Bennett now. Across to Miller. Poor pass from Michaela.
Yeah, but
easily picked off by Wright.
Sarah Wright, great defensive player, always has been, and it's great to see that she's becoming a real offensive threat as well.
And we'll be back shortly. 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the third quarter of this state championship women's game between the Waverley Falcons and the Hume City Broncos. Coming up at 2:30 is the championship men's game. Last night, the Waverley Falcons played Diamond Valley and absolutely annihilated them by about 40 points. So it'll be interesting to see how the boys pull up today against a much more competitive Hume City, who've been starting to show that they do have a chance to make finals. So the referee's wanting the floor wiped. And of course the problem in getting juniors to do the floor is, particularly in the girls' games, is that they get asked very rarely to help out, as Alan misses that, and they lose concentration quite a lot. And a great effort there from Shelby Walton. Sees Planeta pleading with the ref to say, hey, I was fouled in that. She was hanging on to me, but the ref's having none of it. Too easy again on the inbound. Zamet missed the shot though. And Walton, oh, bad pass, and then a very bad foul from Walton.
Yeah, bad decision making there.
So 30 plays 51. Broncos I won't say it's a walk in the park for them, but they've got it relatively easy.
They're showing their experience at the moment. Their defensive pressure is just a step above what Waverley are putting on too.
Bennett drives. Was knocked over there, but refs not calling it. Planeta's in and out. Allen to Bennett. Bennett will look from outside. Doesn't go, but Hayes mops up and makes the basket. Ball goes inside.
Good defense.
Yeah, Hayes was not going to play this season. She had effectively retired.
Oh. Wow.
So Maxine Allen picks up her third. So I take it from that you were perhaps...
I was going to question where her defensive stance at all was then, but anyway.
And this time Scott fouls. And that's where the quickness of the Falcons can actually give them an advantage, particularly with right off the floor. Dickinson to Bennett. Bennett, baseline drive. Can't get it to drop. Rebounds the ball, and refs called it a push as she came across the back of the player. So, Falcons one foul away from giving the Broncos a free ride to the foul line. I thought the Broncos had actually picked up a few more than two, but another 2 points. Dickinson. The other thing that Dickinson does too is that she doesn't have the ability to fake her spin and then go back the other way, as Miller puts up two.
Yeah, I'd like to see her just a little bit more composed in her shot and a little bit more confidence in herself. She seems to rush.
And the foul this time on Walton. So now the Broncos in the bonus as Zammit goes to the line. Zammit. Scores 34 plays 58. Walton across to Miller. Miller overshoots it. And Zammit under the basket. At least the Falcons that time trying to get the steal and put pressure down the floor.
Yeah, just a little bit more communication needed by them.
And Hayes can't get the ball into Dickinson. And that's the end of the quarter. We'll be back in a minute or so's time. So back here at the Falcons nest. Falcons have drawn the first blood in this quarter, and Dickinson goes to the line.
Yeah, they really need to start putting some score on the board, just so it doesn't make this too big a margin. Nice by Sarah Wright.
Yeah, so it's nearly a 30-point game at this point in time. So, and Lauren Bennett misses her target in Marley Hayes.
You got to say, Waverley have put too many turnovers on bad passes this game.
Yeah, so 20 turnovers to the Falcons at this point in time.
To only 10 for Hume City.
And 3 points in the paint from the Falcons off those 10, whereas for the Broncos, it's 21. 21, so really the story of the game. This time the foul on number 14, Rebecca Romeo. So someone in the crowd wanting that to be a loose ball foul. Well, it's a loose ball foul is still a foul. It's got to be on someone. And we saw the exact opposite call, or the same call earlier in the game, but it went the other way. Miller, in and out. Dickinson gets a hand to it, and the ball is back with the Falcons. Almost a flop there from Sard. So McMahon picks up her first. It's into Dickinson. Bennett turns, can't get it through hands. Gets it.
Oh, great!
Great
move. Assist.
Great move there. So Allen into Dickinson. That's only Dickinson's 5th point for the game. She's picked up 7 rebounds. And her opposite number, McMahon, is also on 5 points. But, and 1 rebound.
Another bad pass turnover.
Yeah. So Viv Sard, another 2. And this time another timeout to the Falcons.
Out to 30 points.
Yeah, with 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go, I could see it easily a 40-point game, maybe even more than that.
See what Waverley can pull out here.
The only good news for the Falcons is that the only player they've got in foul trouble is Blueser at the moment. And Romeo for the Broncos.
Tough time for the coach, working out what to write up on the whiteboard now. Not many things are working for him.
Yeah, I think almost at this point in time, you just say the girls, look, just, you know, go back and do basic things. Just run a motion, run a man defense. You're going to get burnt anyway. You might as well just go down trying. So, and the motion will hopefully address the issue that you mentioned before of the static nature of their offense.
Yeah.
But I don't think Elias runs too many motion offences.
Stepped out of bounds, I think.
Yeah. So Falcons lose control. Well, that's been a messy period of time, passage of play there for everyone, and it's compounded by Blues' 5th foul on right.
I've got to say that was a tough shot by Sarah. That was a great finish to a lot of contact. So Blues
Sarah
is out of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, Blues is gone. Blues is out. So Sarah writes.
Nice finish for a 3-point play.
37 play 70. Miller in and out, right with the rebound. Good D there from Bennett. Dickinson not able to hold on to the ball though. It's back with right. Sard in and out. Dickinson with the rebound, gets it to Walton. Ball's now with Miller. Miller kicks it out to Bennett. Doesn't go. Miller knocked down in the rebounding contest there. She's back up on her feet, and down the other end, Bennett has fouled as Sard goes to the line.
No, there was a travel.
A travel call. Well, it's, there you go. I just couldn't see the ref over the monitors here.
Waverley sides are known for getting open shots regularly, but they're failing to find any real open spaces at the moment with this Hume defence.
Yeah, again, it's not having those other players in the squad today is really hurting. Bennett, of course, was Hume City last season?
Last season, yeah.
Last season, yeah. So she would have scrimmaged and trained against a lot of the girls.
See if they can create something now.
Now Hayes is a good outside shot, so... Oh, good screen. Good screen. Miller can't defend against the rebounding power of Planeta there, although she tried. Good hands from
Good
Hayes. Now, that should go up. And it does. Doesn't go. Allen back out to Bennett. Walton looks for the shot. Should have passed the ball one more time there. Miller was open and set on the in deep corner. And down the other end, there's Planeta putting it in. 37-72, 4:32 to go. Coming up at 2:30 is the state championship men's game, Waverley versus Hume. And that's a third versus fifth game. So a precursor perhaps to what might happen in a couple of weeks in the finals. Hume, having had a horror start to the season, they have just started to string it together. As the 3 points from Bennett on the buzzer. Falcons get the ball. It's out to Miller. Miller back out to Bennett. Bennett drives, floats it up, doesn't go. It's in a contest there with Planeta, and she's been called for a push. So Lauren's third. 3.5 minutes to go. Hayes with the block.
Geez, they've got to get defensive boards.
And the foul. So it's Falcons' ball from the side as Planeta gets up slowly to her feet. She shoots a bit of a glance at the ref on the way through there. As Walton brings the ball down. Allen can't get the shot off. It's rebounded there by Gallagher. Now back to Zammit. Here comes Planeta. Back out to Scott. So Warren Taylor wants a timeout. So the steam's really gone out of this game. Well, it probably went out a long time ago, actually.
I think you're right.
But look, there's a lot to like from the young girls on the Falcons team. They're not giving up. They're being beaten by a much more experienced, much more skillful team at the moment. They have a decided height disadvantage.
They do.
Particularly with.
Would be nice to
Dickinson
see
off
them
the
to
ground.
try and get to double figures this period, though, being only 6. I think they can.
Yeah.
But their offense is sort of stagnated at the moment.
Yeah, and again, that's where I'd like to see them just run a basic motion, I think. And also drive and dish too, because they do have good outside shooters in Allen, Walton, and Miller. So drive in, get the ball out.
Yeah.
Force the.
Let's see what the coach has drawn up.
So the Broncos extending the defense down the floor. There it goes. There's Miller. 2 points. Good back cut there from Miller and pass from Hayes. And good hands from Allen. Another 2 to Planeta.
Very hard to stop.
Yeah, that's 19 points for her. Really, she could have been easily 30 or 40 points this game. Another turnover though to the Falcons, and what's that give them there now?
24 or 5, I think.
Yeah. And again, Planeta are appealing for the foul on the shot. She's getting quite frustrated with the refs as Miller sees the ball out of court. Back into Allen. Hayes. Back to Walton. Walton to Allen. Allen floats it up. Doesn't go. Dickinson can't get past Planeta as Planeta gets the rebound. It's now with Lalufi. And she's scored over the top of Allen. Hayes.
They're just lacking any options at the moment, and they're taking the somewhat, you'd say, questionable shots.
Yes. Zammit into Planeta. Planeta will drive on Dickinson, but her turnaround jumper didn't go.
And no boxing out by the Falcons.
No, and then reaching in, fouls. Marley Hayes this time. So both teams on 4 fouls. .42 plays 77. Make that 78. Getting close to that 40-point game. Miller. Back out to Hayes, into Dickinson. Too high there for Dickinson. You're going to do those lob passes, they've got to be absolutely on the money. And 9 seconds on the game clock. Hume rolls it in. 3 seconds to go. And neither coach takes the time out, they just let the clock go. And that's what we'll do. We'll take a break, be back at 2:30 for the men's game. So in half an hour's time, we'll see you then.